Hey everyone, this is Pooja. Today is World Autism Awareness Day, and I'm making this video just to share a couple of dietary tips that can help with those that are living with autism. And so the first tip that I have is to reduce the amount of sugar because sugar all by itself can create a lot of moodiness and irritation and excitement in individuals who are sensitive to that. Sometimes what we do unknowingly, we consume large amounts of sugar throughout the day. And this also includes refined carbohydrates like pastas and white rice and white bread. And so what ends up happening is that the blood sugar spikes. It gives us a temporary lift or a high, and then insulin will rush in, and sometimes the body will overcompensate. And actually, after the spike, we can experience symptoms of hypoglycemia or low blood sugar. That's when the sugar crashes. And so, what ends up happening when you experience the crash is you experience a lot of moodiness, and just depression, and sometimes it can also be like overexcited, that first high when you get. So some of these behavioral issues in children that we see, we can label it as ADD. Sometimes with autism spectrum we blame it on their behavior, but in fact the culprit is not the children but the sugar. And so just to be mindful, if you have a kid that is on the autism spectrum or one living with ADD, just to be mindful that where the behavior is coming from. Is it really them, or is it what they've been consuming in their diet? And also, they already are experiencing an overwhelming amount of, just the sensory input, especially the kids that are on the spectrum. And then it's very hard for them to regulate their emotions. And sugar will just add fuel to the fire. So just remember that and try to reduce the amount of sugar in their diet. The other thing that sugar does is that it's not very beneficial for the microbes or the bacteria that are living in our digestive tract. These bacteria have now been implicated in several different health conditions, including mental health, including immune health, including obesity. So just having a healthy digestive tract, having healthy gut microbe is going to be very beneficial. And sugar is good at killing off the beneficial bacteria while it actually fosters the growth of the pathogenic or the harmful organisms like yeast. So we just have to be very careful because processed foods will do the same thing. Foods that are full of chemicals will do the same thing. So just living off of processed foods and sugars is not going to help any pre-existing condition. So no matter what the pre-existing condition, especially mental health issues or even autism, we're always going to do better by cutting out junk foods and refined carbs. I just wanted to share that. There's a lot of research that has been done on the connection between autism and the gut microbe. And even though scientists haven't been able to fully pinpoint the exact species that may be responsible for some of the symptoms that are presented, they say there is a deep connection between the two because the gut bacteria affects our mental health and our immune health. And a really excellent resource for this, those who want to research it further, is a book by Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride. She's a physician, and her book is GAPS, Gut and Psychology Syndrome. And she's the founder of the GAPS or the GAPS protocol, which is she has some dietary suggestions for those kids or adults that are living with autism. So I hope this video has been helpful. And if you find it useful, please share it with your friends as well. Thank you.